You are going to crush it on YouTube once you understand this. You know that YouTube works and you've seen it work for other people, but for some reason, it's just not clicking for you yet. But what if I told you that the problem is not you, your personality, or even your content? The real problem is that you're building without any type of system. And today I'm going to give you my system and I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a YouTube business that will bring you clients and eventually scale you to freedom. So grab a cup of coffee and let's jump in. Let me paint a picture that might feel familiar to you. You started your YouTube channel with so much hope. You recorded your first couple of videos, probably re-recorded them like 5 times, hated the way you looked or sounded, and then finally, by the grace of God, you hit published, and then you watch the views trickle in and absolutely nothing. So you tried again and again. You watched every how-to video you could. You learned about thumbnails, hooks, CTR, all of that good stuff, trying to crack the YouTube algorithm. You posted more consistently and then studied what was working from other creators. Trust me, I've been there. And yet you're still stuck between 100 and 1,000 views per video. Your subscriber count is maybe 50, 100, and you're not getting any clients. Am I right? So I want you to see what's actually happening, because the truth is you're working harder, not smarter. You're creating content in survival mode, throwing videos at the wall and hoping that something sticks. You're chasing metrics instead of building an actual system. And this is a problem. But here's the irony of all this. You work like this and you get further from the freedom that you started this business for in the first place. And I understand that time is your most precious resource. And every video that doesn't perform feels like another week that you wasted. Another reminder that maybe you're just not cut out for this. But here's what I really need you to hear. The algorithm does not hate you. It just has no idea who you really are. And it's really not your fault. So let me walk you through the shift that has helped me to see success with YouTube and my business and all the people that I've worked with. Most people think that YouTube success looks like this: more uploads, better thumbnails, catchier titles, and somehow you get rewarded by the algorithm with views by doing these certain things. But this really is not how it works. YouTube success is about building a visible system, a repeatable framework that turns your content into a lead generating machine, not a random content hamster wheel. So let me break this down. When you post random videos, even if they're really good, like they could be really good, you're essentially just walking into a crowded room and yelling different things every time. One day you're talking about productivity, the next day you're talking about marketing or mindset, and then after that you upload a tutorial. YouTube's algorithm is desperately trying to figure out what you're doing and who the person is that you're trying to talk to. What problem do you solve? And when it can't answer those questions, it just doesn't show your content to anyone. But when you build a system and when you have what I call content buckets and a clear visibility path, this is what changes everything. It's like suddenly YouTube knows exactly who you are and who needs you and how to connect them with you. Or in other words, how your content gets to them. Your views go up, your subscribers become actual leads, and more importantly, you stop feeling like you're just posting for no reason to get no views. Because who wants that? But let me show you what this transition actually looks like. This system has 3 core pieces, and I'm going to walk you through each one as a friend, not a guru. No fluff, just what actually works. Think of your channel like a store. Right now, you might have a random assortment of products on the shelf. Some weeks you're selling shoes, other weeks you're selling jackets, and no one actually knows what you're really about. But content buckets are what fixes this. You need 3 types of videos, and each one should have a specific job or purpose. Bucket 1 should be your authority content. These are your videos that talk about knowing what you're talking about. The 3 mistakes of why your system isn't working or what you could do better. And then bucket 2 is connection content. This is stuff that builds trust. It shows that you're more personal, vulnerable, and relatable. This is where you kind of start to let people in behind the scenes. And You could post videos like why I almost quit my business and what changed, or what no one tells you about building a personal brand. Hey, I kind of like that one. Okay, so next you have bucket 3, which is conversion content. These are designed to turn your viewers into leads. This basically states a clear problem, gives them a clear solution, and then offers a clear next step. You could do something like how to make an offer in 15 minutes. It just depends on what your industry is. The key point though is that you don't post randomly. You just take these different buckets and you rotate them, and YouTube will start to understand your pattern. The more you upload and the more the content starts getting out there, it just starts working together instead of your content competing with your other pieces of content on your channel. This is the part where most creators think if I get more views, then I'll get more clients. But that isn't necessarily how it works. You see, you need a visible path. It's like a clear journey where you lead a stranger into being your subscriber, and then eventually into being a lead. So here's the simplest version. You basically have a discovery video. This is where you solve a clear problem and you position yourself as someone that is worth following. And then 2, you show that you're binge worthy. You follow up, YouTube recommends your next video. And then if they watch 2 to 3 videos in a row, the algorithm knows that they're interested and you start getting recommended even more. And then 3, you go into conversion. This is where the movement happens, because eventually they'll hit a video that resonates so hard with them that they will actually take action. They'll try to figure out how they can work with you. And the reason they do that is because they know that you know what you're talking about. And I can prove this is true because even in my case, there have been times where I would watch literally 1 or 2 videos of a new creator that I've never even seen before. And I was so compelled just by those couple of videos that I was looking in their links or looking in their bio, trying to find the link so that I could see what kind of course they offered. And then number 4 is just to nurture and then sell. When you keep showing up in people's inbox and you're at top of mind basically for those people, they're eventually going to get to a point where they're going to want to work with you and they're going to find out how they can. And when they're actually ready to buy, you're going to be the obvious choice. What you need to understand is that you're not just making videos. You're literally building a path, and every video that you make is a stepping stone. And when people start asking me why their videos aren't working, I ask them, how many videos have you actually uploaded? Because I know that the more you upload, the more data YouTube gives you, and then you can improve from there. Now, here's something that's really going to take the pressure off of you. I want you to calculate what I call your creator pin, your personal impact number. And keep in mind, this is not about hitting 1 million subscribers. It's about reverse engineering the exact amount of visibility that you actually need to hit your income goals. Here's how it works. Let's say you want to make an extra 10K a month, all right? This means that you only need 5 clients a month. So if 10% of your leads convert, then you're going to need 50 leads. If 5% of your viewers become leads, then you need 1,000 views on your videos, right? On your conversion style videos, that is. So let that sink in and really think about that. You don't need to go viral. You need 1,000 of the right people watching the right videos. And that's really not that hard to do. Doesn't that feel more doable to you? When you know your creator pin, you're going to stop chasing all the stuff that doesn't matter. And you're going to start building a real sustainable system that actually works for you instead of working on you. When I first started on YouTube, I didn't know any of this. I did not even have a business backing my YouTube channel. So I had no idea where I was headed. I just thought, like most people, that I had to grow a huge channel first in a very broad niche, and then that somehow I would make money from that. But that really isn't the case. You want to have this stuff figured out before you even start your channel, or very early on into your channel before you start targeting your ideal clients. And what I really want you to take away from this is that you're not failing at YouTube because you're not good enough. It's not because you're not loud enough or you're not algorithm friendly. You know, I hear a lot of people talk about being shadow banned. It's not that either. You're struggling because you're basically trying to build a house without a blueprint. And the good news is that once you have the system in place, everything gets easier. You can stop second guessing every video, stop feeling invisible, and stop wondering if this is ever going to work for you. You can start showing up with clarity, with confidence, and with a plan. And if you're really struggling with this is what I help people to do. I help entrepreneurs grow on YouTube so that they can actually have a sustainable system and plan in place before things get too overwhelming. This is so that you can create with the right mindset as well going into this and really know how YouTube works and not just what everybody's saying or what everybody assumes. After I grew my other channel to 360,000 subscribers, I realized something very important, that it's really not all about subscribers and views. It's about the quality of those subscribers and views. So if you need help with this, click the link down below in the description and I would be more than happy to help you. And if you really want a better understanding of things in the meantime, watch this video next. Let's create with confidence. Peace.